Hello there, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty 2.0. The skill trees in this game have changed. So we're going to do an updated video on all these skills. We're going to, I'm going to go with you and explain all different skill weights and recommend different skills you should be taking at the start of the game until you progress to the point where you're maxed out and you can respec, and then we'll go through that at the end. So we're going to go through this recommended skills, and I'm going to explain to you why and the priorities involved with them. So you get a whole informed, view and my opinion on this after all the gameplay that I've played for this right now. So at the first level right here, we have three choices. We'll start off with the one that we're not going to pick right away. 5% lower durability and access. That's not bad. Treasure hunting, 5% chance to find extra items while digging in clay. I like never digging clay, hardly ever at all. And 5% is nothing. So of course you're going to want to get this extraction knowledge, and this is going to be the theme for most of the skills at the start of the game. You're going to want that extraction knowledge up as high as possible, but sometimes it's not going to be your best priority to take at that certain time. But of course we want this right away. So the first thing you're going to do for these skills right here, what I recommend is do this extraction knowledge right there. So take that right away, and now we want to try and get access to our level 2 stuff. So the next thing that we have to choose from here on level 2 tier is going to be 5% lower durability loss on picks and shovels. Yeah, we don't care about that too much, but Master of Destruction is a very important talent to have right away, because you're going to build stuff and then you might not like it, and 50% resources is really good. So we're just going to go ahead and take that right away because it has more priority for me, and then gaining more extraction knowledge, which of course we want. So we're going to take that right now and do that. So now we have access to skill tier level 3, and we're going to go there. So Careful Miner is not bad. 50% chance, that's better than 5% chance. Why is this one 15 and the other one 5? I don't know. That's definitely good to have, but Mule is of course going to be what we're going to have. You're going to experience a lot of stuff with carry weight, and the other one here is Excavation Master, 10% lower extraction activity. That's not bad, but we're going to want to go with Mule. That's going to be our main priority, is carry weight in this game. Of course, if you have it turned off, then you're not really playing the game properly. You're just playing it for the hell of it and building stuff. But yeah, Mule is going to be our priority right now. So we're going to take that and level out that. So now we have two more options here for tier 4. 10% faster for cutting trees and 10% faster in mining. Those are not bad, but Mule is still going to outweigh the extraction knowledge for now, even though you could go back and forth. If you're not having a problem with carry weight, I always have a problem with carry weight in this game, and 5% kg is quite a bit compared to what you can carry. So I would prioritize going with Mule again. If you're not going to prioritize Mule, just go with extraction knowledge first to get that extra 5% more experience, but I think Mule is a little bit better for me to take, and I would recommend taking that because it's just a lot easier to navigate. So I would level up that fully, and since all these other skills do not outweigh extraction knowledge, I would go there and finish that off. And now we have more skill points left here. It says, do we have 8 skill points left? It says yes, skill points to go with 8. So now we have 8 skill points left. Now we can pick some of the other things we wanted to go with and get some more stuff. So we can go back and revisit these, like clay, no. Durability, no, not really. Slower durability and access and shovel, not much. Extra resources while mining, well, we might do mining a lot because getting all that iron right away could be nice before you actually have access to building a mine. But now that you can extract copper from just regular extraction sheds, that kind of makes it way too easy to get minerals. So it's a less of a thing to actually worry about. Cutting trees, by this point you won't need to be cutting trees anymore either, because you'll have your town people doing all the trees and logging for you. At least that's what I usually do. I don't ever want to cut trees again. I'll let my town do that, and faster mining and stuff like that. So whatever you pick right here, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. None of this stuff is really going to help you too much for the last stuff. But if you're going to go with mining, I would go with go with the Careful Miner first. If you want to extract more resources and get that, we have 8 points, so you could just go there and max that out there, then go with 10% less stamina being used is better than having the trance. The digging faster stacks up to 1 time for 10 seconds. Using less stamina is going to help you a little bit more for that. So we could just go there and finish that off, and then you could go with the miner's trance, I guess, if you're going to go with mine. Those points don't matter. So let's carry on and go to hunting right away. Same thing is going to happen again. I never really use stealth very much in this game. It kind of slows you down. It's kind of not as handy as you would think, but it's 25% less noise. And steady hand is really good to have later on when you're actually using your bows and crossbows and stuff like that. But hunting knowledge is where we're going to get our experience from. So again, we're just going to take that right away. And now we have access to the second tier. And tracker is going to be good. So you can go into inspector mode and see animals. That is very important. We don't have to look at predator very much yet, so we'll just do that right now. because that's going to be a second skill point I'm going to take every single time. So Predator, 10% faster movement while sneaking. Well, we don't really do sneaking very much. Careful Hunter, extra resources when you're Hunter. Experienced Hunter, durability loss, 5%. That's a joke. Who cares about 5% durability losses on stuff? That they should be changed. It should be like 15% to even pique my interest and have a thing. But no, Trap Master. Trap Master is an awesome way to actually gain hunting experience. At least it used to be. I don't know if they've changed that or not in the updates. I should test it out one of these days. But having more traps just means you can just go passively collect animals and get hunting experience without actually going out and hunting. So this is like a really good way to get hunting experience by adding more traps. So of course they're going to want to do that, and that's going to take priority over these other two skills right here, which is a 10% lower stamina while aiming and lock and load for faster bow stuff. So no, we're going to want our trapping master up right away, and then of course we're going to finish our hunting knowledge so we get more experience, and then we're going to max that one out too. After that, you can go ahead and take other things that you might actually want, like extracting extra resources would be a good thing to take for stuff. Unless you're going to go out with bows right away. We have 8 skill points to go there, so we can do two of them and another one. So steady hand is pretty good. Stamina drain while aiming, that's up okay. Faster and faster reloading is pretty good too. So it's up to you what you want to pick for this one here. There's no real good and proper answer. We got the stuff that we needed to get our stuff up there. If you're going to go hunting and kill stuff a lot, you might need to be doing that at the start of the game, but 15% chance isn't really for extra resources isn't really that great when we're just trying to get experience on our stuff. And so far getting extra resources didn't really do very much for gaining extra experience, but that might have changed too. That was at the start of the game, like like a couple years ago. Basically, it never really mattered on how much resources you extracted from your animals to actually gain experience when it should. But I don't think they changed that or not. But you might want to get the steady hand up right away, or the faster reloading on your stuff. But the steady hand, I would take that one myself, because it's just when you try to aim your bow, it's just annoying having it move around all the time like that. So I would just to pick whatever you want, whatever you're gonna do, sneaking or whatever, extra resources or stuff like that. I would just take the lock and load for faster reloading. Max that one up, and then 2 for stamina, and that'd be done until we're ready to respec, of course. And now we go into farming knowledge, and there's a lot of stuff you might want to know about the farming knowledge. But yeah, here we go on our 3 choices that we have. Durability loss, nah, we'll pass on that. 5%, 25% chance to harvest extra resources in field. That's pretty good. It used to be a little bit higher, I think. I think you could get up to 100%. Maybe it goes to 100% later on. And of course, farming knowledge for our experience. Now, getting extra resources is really nice. So we have 2 really good things to take right away at the start that we want, but we're going to get more experience at the start once again. Whistleblower, you're going to get a mount sooner or later, so you're going to want to take this skill right away to have that. But it's up to you if you want to take this right away. But I would hopefully try and get a mount right away so you can whistle it, and you're going to want to do that. Farming master, 10% less stamina consumption. You want that one too, because less stamina is the better one versus farmer's trance or whatever, stuff like that. Then we have skilled rider for stamina and skilled orchardman. Well, we don't really care about that, but our last skills on there have 10 kg of carry weight on your mount, which is nice, and faster speed on your mount. Those are things you're going to want at the end of the game, but the extra carry weight is so nice on the mount, but getting your farming up there and your resources up there might be more important to you than actually worrying about your mount's carry weight versus not having one and stuff like that. So I would try and get these things up myself right away, and then worry about this stuff after. But if you're going to pick it right away, you have the three choices right here. Orchardman, we don't really care. Your mount stamina, he's got a big stamina pool, and the reduction isn't that much. The farmer's trance, we will have to take that one there. So if you're going to go over there and get this priority right here and get the carry weight, I would go with the farmer's trance, because however I play, as I usually make a lot of fields, I gain a lot of experience on my farming stuff and get a lot of resources. So because you want your villagers getting wood and stuff like that, the things that you can't do, and you can do this a lot faster yourself, and you get you need your experience up there. So you want to get your experience up there. So getting your resources is going to be more important. 25% chance to get extra resources is a good thing versus your knowledge at the start there. So that's what I would go through myself. I would go there and take this and get this up. It is 100%. So yeah, it was 100%. So get 100% crops and fields. That's going to help a lot. And then I would go up with my knowledge right there. Now I would go over there and get that farming trance to get my carry weight on my stick right there. But if you're going to go all in on farming like I do sometimes, you could just go over there and take your careful farmer right away. I'm not the careful farmer. Where is that one? Farming master. That's the one. You might want to take that one right there. So it's up to you. I might just go over there and get the the carrot on the stick right now. But if you're going to go with full farming yourself and do that yourself, take the farmer's trance. Not the farmer's trance. What am I saying? The farming master. Get that right. Farming right. The stamina. The less stamina, the better. It's better than a trance. So I would go for that and put your skill points there, and then go with the farmer's trance to get that going up a little bit faster. It's not, but not too much. The last time I did a balancing check on this, farmer's trance of just I think it was one. Yeah. Farmer trance stacks up 2 times. Yeah, 2. I think it was 2. I think it might have been a little too much to continue on going. But if I had 3 on my farmer's trance, I'd keep running out of stamina super fast, because I'd be farming and farming a little too fast, and my stamina would be draining, not faster than I would actually be recovering from actually doing it, which means I had to stop and wait, and the stopping and waiting was taking longer than actually having less skill points in the farmer's trance. So if 2 is too much for you, just remember that for yourself and might go back to 1. Yeah, maybe later on in the comments after I test it out, the new Oxfield map or whatever you're going to play, I'll test it out again myself. But you could go with that. But after now we have carrot on a stick for a carry weight, and we have 3 points left over there. We can actually increase our carry weight and get the best of all those worlds right there. Of course, these skill points will change if you're not going to do any farming yourself, and just be aware of that. If you're not going to do any of the farmer yourself, you just take whatever and then go right over to the skilled rider stuff. That's really that simple. It all depends on your playstyle. Now, diplomacy is a really nice one to have, because at the end of the day, you get the castle 10% less food and water for all your guys at 30%, and the creative accounting, lower taxes. That gets pretty high later on. Like, I'm over 10k taxes a year basically right now on my town, so it gets up there pretty high. And all this stuff is pretty nice to have, except for like Romeo, flirting, like what the hell, 10%, not much. Dynasty reputation is not really important. Diplomacy knowledge is what you're going to go for again, so we're going to take that right away. And then we're going to get empathy. You might want to get your wife right away in this game, and empathy is going to help you find out her personality, so you know which gift to give her, because all the gifts have a personality bonus or negative on those gifts, so that would help out there. So I'll go ahead and take that if you're interested in getting a wife right away. There's no or a husband or whatever. There's no really good choice for that. But what you want to get is barter up there. The selling and buying prices is really important for leveling up your skill and using the current the best way to do that, which is of course buying those mounts and breeding them and then selling them, or even buying the baby mouses. So the first mounts. Why did I say mouses? Anyways, but yeah, you can go ahead and start off with donkeys, but pretty much right away I was able to get horses unlocked on these games. Just based on whatever skills I'm leveling up, because it might be, that farming. You go into the farming, get your farming skill up there, it's going to give you the technology to actually build the stables faster. You build that, and then you buy baby horses, let them grow up in your stable, then you sell them for a nice big profit, and this is going to help out with the barter. So the barter is going to be better than the knowledge, and that is a really great way to start making money. I was going around my other second playthrough game, and I was going around with like 3 stables, and I would just go over to that town and fast travel over there basically, and I would buy all the baby horses, and then once they grew up I'd sell them all, and we start making huge amounts of money. And the barter is really important doing that, because you just make a lot of money off of that. And then of course we're going to go back into our knowledge to get our experience up there, and then we're good to go. Now we have access to more of these other skills right here. And these other skills in tier 3, inspiring peach, a faster production, that's really good. Less King's Challenges, we don't care. And mood reduction, we don't care. The mood just goes back up again anyway. So you get your mood going down and just goes back up again on its own. So none of that is going to help you out very much. But faster production is going to be a thing to go to after that. Creative counting, lower taxes, and lower food and water. These are all good things to have, but right now you want them to produce more first. So yeah, we have our skills ready to go. So we're just going to go there and take all those. And now we can go to the castle den part, because we don't have to worry about the taxes too much at the start of the game. That's more of the end of the game where it starts getting higher and higher. But this will help out a lot more, getting that skill up there to 3 before we get our creative accounting up, and then we can start lowering our taxes. But if you're doing it right, and if it still works the same way, just getting your horses up right away. That's why I go to the farming and I do it myself on the farming master and the trances, and then you go to diplomacy skill, and then you can do, get that, barter going up there, get those horses out there, buy those baby horses every season change, and then sell them when they're an adult, and you'll start making huge amounts of experience, because the experience you get from selling stuff is based on the gold value, and that's why we have that barter up there and get that 30% price increase. You'll be making a lot of money fast. At least it used to be able to. Who knows about these other balances changes, and I'll have to get back to you in the comments on that when I go through again, since this here update was just released, and it's going to take a long time to actually get started on a new map and all that kind of stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So now we're over to survival. That is just picking up sticks and stuff like that. Iron liver, poison resistance, never use it. Temperature tolerance is really handy to have, because you get to swap out clothes here and there, and temperature matters for that, especially in the wintertime. It gets really annoying. But survival knowledge is what we're going to go for first, obviously, to get more experience on it, so we can get the skills up better. And then of course, we want to use the inspector mode to actually see the stones and sticks and all that kind of stuff, because that's always just very handy. So that's going to be a no-brainer right there for a second skill point. And after that, on the same tier 2, you get 10% more health. It's really handy. Lower food and water consumption is kind of handy too, but not as good as the hit points, I would believe. It's just, this is more like a personal thing to take, survivalist. Because I don't like always going and drinking and eating myself, even though you have the resources to do it. It's just a pain in the butt. Headstrong, resistant to alcohol, but don't really care. A water dancer is a good one to have. That extra movement in the water is really handy to go up there. So if you're going to take a skill in tier 3, I would go there and take that, the water dancer myself for that movement. But we want the athlete one too, because the athlete is going to be a little bit better than surviving knowledge for actually running around. You want more effect out of it. So it's up to you if you want more experience faster, or you actually want some actual tangible effect. So we're going to go ahead and take that for a tangible effect. And solid as a rock is 10% less damage received. Usually you should be going out there with a bow and killing stuff before it actually hurts you, but that's up to you on how you want to play it. You want to play it strong and go in there and melee guys and stuff like that. That's up to you. But 10% stamina while you're moving is really handy to have. So that's what I would go into next. I would just go there and be able to run faster and longer and all that kind of stuff. And then I would go there and finish off my survival knowledge to make the rest go a little bit faster. And then up to you if you want to keep going faster in water. I think it's usually kind of handy to be able to run around in water a little bit faster. But this other stuff, like, you might want this temperature thing might have been a problem earlier on. So you might not actually want to take this, take the other stuff right away, like the surviving knowledge to 2 and 3 points, or your athlete up higher. It all depends on how you are going about your stuff and what clothes you have. Usually you can just buy stuff. Like, there's so much resources in this game. You can just run around and find stuff, and like little caches here and there that pop up every season. Money shouldn't be that much of a problem to get, so you can be able to get the clothes that you need. But you might want to have this tolerance up there for yourself. But we're going to pretend you have the best clothes and you don't really need it too much, and that's going to be an after effect. But we're going to take less damage received versus the extra hit points, because that's a little bit better in the long run, I believe. Actually, it all depends on what's going to do. Like, a bear is going to hit you, and a bear can almost one-shot you. So taking less damage is going to be better than more hit points on those things. And you don't want a bear to kill you right off the bat. So if you get unlucky, or an ox or something like that. So I would just go with less damage received and then get more health myself. So we have like 4 skill points. I would just go ahead and take that and get your hit points up too, and then the rest thing, you might as well take this last one in temperature. So you can go ahead and pick and choose what you want on that, but the athlete is one of the better ones to get for all your running around needs, which is really handy. It's just handy to have it. Maybe water dancer. It's all up to you on that. There's not much really going on in this tree for stuff. It's kind of like, everything is self-explanatory, and you can pick whatever and not really lose out, except for the couple of options I mentioned. I wish are pretty useless. So this one here, we got cooking knowledge, sewing, and crafting. And this is all going to depend on your playstyle, but usually it's going to be crafting. You're going to have to craft a lot of stuff. Usually, because a good way to get experience in the crafting thing is to get your logs and turn them into firewood or planks yourself. So you get your guys to harvest wood, and then you craft it all into planks, and don't have anybody doing planks. You just have them gathering logs, and then you make the planks yourself, and then you could do that at the end of the season if you want. Like, that's what I used to do for experience. I would wait to the last minute of the season, before the season change, and time would pause while you're in the crafting menu. So once you're in the crafting menu crafting stuff on your workbenches, like, I'm a guy's drunk, so I can't go around there and do very much and show you what I mean for an example. We'll go to this crafting bench right here. So any crafting bench you go to and you see your tools, you just craft as much resources as you want. So you go to the logging camp one and you craft, like, 2,000 logs into planks or whatever, and then you just do that, or make wheels or whatever you want to make that use up your planks. It all depends. You just have big huge loads like that, and that's a good way to do it. So I would go to crafting knowledge as my go-to for my skill point right there. And then of course handyman. Insulation for your walls for less firewood consumption is really nice. That means there's less firewood you have to worry about. It pays off a lot in the long run, so we're going to go ahead and take that one right away. The other skill in here is like durability on hammers. So yay, 5% garbage. Hopefully these people know this. Like, the 5% on durability is garbage. Why bother? Doesn't really do anything. But anyways, faster crafting in the workshops and smithy, sewing and cooking. So this is for faster crafting for yourself. So if we're going to go with crafting, you might want to go with crafting, or if with cooking. Depends on how much you're going to be doing for food. Usually you just cook meat up and let them eat meat, and that's about it, or whatever. Building trance. We're going to be doing a lot of building, so we really want to get up to that building trance and the building master for this kind of stuff right there. We have the builder one here for this stuff, but we are just going to go ahead and take the crafting expert for faster crafting in the workshop. So, because that's going to be the thing that we're going to do the most, I believe. So then we're going to go over here to building master, 10% faster or less stamina. Stamina drains too fast. They even only made it 5% when the other ones are 10%, because it's really a big stamina drain, and that is your time wasted on there. So your stamina drain is still going to be better to take that one off right off the bat. So I would just go there and max out that one right there, and then go with the builder's chance right there. So it is up to you on how much points you want to put in there for that to get that going. You might want to stop at 2, like you did with the farming skills, for your stamina regeneration to match your stamina you have for using the builder's chance. It's a balancing issue, but if we don't want to even worry about it, I would just go with 3 right away anyways, and then finish off that crafting knowledge, even though we're almost done for being it maxed out. And now we can go to crafting expert and finish that one off for a little bit faster. And now we have just like 2 more points left, and cooking would be the next priority for experience. But at this point here, we have 2 more levels left to go to level up to get the skill points. So crafting knowledge on cooking really won't be that much, but we just want to cook a little bit faster, I guess. There is really not much else you could take. You could go over durability loss for the first time ever, but I would just go with cooking expert myself, just to get a little bit faster for your cooking. If you do a lot of cooking on there, I would just go with like that and do my skills like that. So that is the skills, what I recommend for at the end of the day. For when you're first starting your adventures out and get that stuff done. So once you have all the stuff done, hopefully you were able to follow this and you got a good look at all these skills right here. I'll pause for a second and take a look at the skill trees and how they end. But it's the progression part that you want for when you're leveling. So yeah, we have this part done right there, and you can just go back in the video if you didn't follow, if I was too fast on something or whatever, to get that. So now we're going to go ahead there and drink another potion there, and we're going to reset our skills. And now we're going to do it for our skills once again for endgame content. Once we're done and everything's maxed out, we got our 15 skill points, we're level 10 on all our skills, we don't need extraction knowledge anymore. So let's go through this again on what my endgame build would be for this stuff. So force of nature, no. Digging in clay pits, none of these things are good options, but I would take the durability on my axes, because I'm not going to be digging in clay pits. I don't need experience no more, and just durability was the only thing. We have to take something, so that's what I'd have to take. Keep Master of Destruction, of course. Mule, we need that one back up again, so that would be the next priority. Get that one up there. So the next thing we are going to want to take here, like one with Earth, is durability, careful miner, and extraction and miner's trance. So yeah, this is just going to be a mining build basically. So we get just extra resources. We'll just pump that one up there. Lower stamina duration. Yeah, we could put that one in there too. And miner's trance. We'll put that one up there to maximum 2 so we can mine faster. And then we have that one more skill point that we can put in anywhere we want. Woodcutter's trance, we might as well. We might cut a tree down here and there. It doesn't matter where you put that. You could put it in durability, but we're going to be doing anything in here. Nothing is really relevant in this thing except to get mule. That is basically it for this one. Hunting knowledge, we are going to want to have steady hand up there. So that's what we're going to need for the steady. Once our hunting is maxed out, we're going to want steady hand up there. So let's max that one up right away. We're going to want tracker for that. We are going to want predator. We don't need careful hunter. We want more extra resources, experience hunter, and trap master. After you've maxed out your stuff, I never use traps again. I just used it for experience. I never use my traps again, but we might take it later on. It depends on what we have. Extra resources while you do go out and hunt is always good, but we're going to take these ones right here. Of course, we're going to take the stamina is going to be a thing there, and our lock and load. We're going to max those out there. So now our hunting is up and ready to go, and we have a couple other skill points that we can take right there. If you're not going to go out there and hunting and get extra resources, you could always go and put it on sneaking if you wanted to, right? So yeah, you could do that if you don't want to do and get extra resources, some stuff, and you're not going to be doing it. You just want to hunt and kill stuff. You could do that. But yeah, we have 2 points left, so you could go on there and have less noise while sneaking or faster movement while sneaking, and you could go with that instead of having the careful hunter for the resources. But yeah, you have 2 more points to waste right here. There's not much else. I don't even know what to pick myself. Faster movement while sneaking or less noise. I would just go faster movement while sneaking. I would just do that myself. Well, farming knowledge, skilled farmer, careful farmer. All this stuff is basically easy. Skilled farmer, of course. If you ever go back to your fields again, you might have to do that. Like I had to keep doing that myself because the farmers weren't doing it good enough. You're going to want that one, of course, the whistleblower, and then we're going to go over to skilled rider because now we have our mount stuff going on there, right? So we're going to go ahead and take our less stamina consumption. We're going to do the carry weight, of course, and the faster speed, of course. And skilled rider, we have more skill points to go, so we can use less stamina. Why not? 2 more skill points to go. Skilled orchardman or farmer's chance or farming master. If you are going to go back there, orchardman is 10% more yield in your orchards. It's not really that great. You could go ahead and take it. Depends if you're going to do orchards a lot. I never did myself, but yeah, you could just go stamina on your farming skills in case you do some farming. Still once in a while in the blue moon type of thing, you do that. The diplomacy knowledge right there. We don't need the experience anymore, and basically the reputation and Romeo. All these ones are useless to us now. So we could just go ahead and take the 20% dynasty reputation. It's not really much of a thing right there. Empathy. If you have your wife already, you don't really need this, but we'll pretend that you haven't gotten it yet, your wife yet, and your diplomacy skills rocketed right away. And you might need this for other points in the game. I don't know, but we're going to take our barter prices, of course. We're going to get that maxed out. And what's the next one right here? Mood reduction, no. Aspiring peach, yeah, faster production. We'll max that one out. And of course the Castleton and creative counting will max out. And then we have 1 more skill point to go for other stuff. I never really worried about the King's Challenge's resources, or the mood reduction, or the Dynasty. So we'll just go with the Dynasty. Maybe you want to get some more Dynasty points. I don't know, you might worry about that, just in case you're low on those quests and stuff like that, so we go ahead and take that. But yeah, so that ends that. Survival, well, we don't really care very much about this one here. Higher resistance, intense, survival knowledge. So yeah, we just go with the intense, we'll just put 1 point into there. The senses again, we'll take that one, of course. The 10% more health, we're going to want that one maxed out. Survivalist, no, we don't need that. Headstrong resistance. To alcohol and water dancer, we'll take 1 point to that, and then we'll go into the speed movement again and damage received, and we have a couple more points, so we'll go back into water dancer again, and then we might as well go with intensity again for temperature, because there's nothing really else to take in this, right? None of this stuff is really relevant to you, except for survivalist. So you could go with survivalist if you wanted to, versus water dancer, but I always like running around in the water catching the fish or the ducks and stuff like that. But yeah, it all depends on your playstyle, obviously. So those are the playstyle options. Now we go over here to all this stuff right here. crafting knowledge, cooking knowledge. Yeah, we don't need knowledge anymore, so we'll just take whatever point. A handyman is nice. Builder, crafting expert. As faster crafting in workshops. So crafting is still going to be probably the main thing that you're going to be doing is, make your stuff faster. But building is going to be what you're going to be doing the most of again. So we'll make sure we have our points in here for less stamina consumption and the builder's trance or whatever for stacking that up there. But yeah, go ahead and pick whatever you're going to want to pick for this stuff, but we have enough points to do a little bit more, so we can go out and finish off crafting for faster and cooking for faster, and then we have an extra point right here to put on to whatever you want to do, like sewing, it all depends. That's it for the skills. So that is my recommendations for the end of the game skills and why. So yeah, the knowledge is worth it basically for all this stuff on your for your skills. So yeah, that is what I recommend you do for your skills, your priorities, and all that kind of stuff, and why. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully this answers all your questions on what these skills actually do in the game and their priorities and stuff like that. Of course, I've done enough options for you for your play style, for options for your different play styles and stuff like that. But I showed you what my play style is and what I would do myself. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.